I didn't even freaking press record. Oh yeah, I did. Welcome to this week's What's for Dinner video. My name is Ashley. I'm going to be showing you 3 different meal ideas. I don't always follow recipes exactly, but I have linked some similar recipes down below if you're interested. So the first dinner I'm going to show you, we had some pulled barbecue chicken sandwiches from the Instant Pot and some homemade steak fries. So I'm going to start off by getting the potatoes ready. I am just cutting steak fries. It was a little bit difficult, I would say, to get the right thickness. I did struggle a little bit, but then I just washed them and I'm going to start seasoning them. So I'm going to start off by using paprika. I use paprika mainly for the color, and then I'm just going to use some onion powder, some Cajun seasoning, and some garlic lover seasoning. Once I get it to my desired seasoning, I'm just going to mix it all around. I do like to taste it a little bit just with my finger, and then I will add anything if it needs it. So then I'm just going to go ahead and put it on a baking tray. I will be cooking these in the oven at about 400 degrees for 30 minutes or until I think that they're done. So I'm just going to get started on the chicken. I am cooking 2 chicken breasts. We are having this for leftovers, so I am just going to season it a little bit in the crock pot. So I'm just using a smoky barbecue seasoning and some onion powder, and then I'm going to put my crock pot to about 19 minutes on high pressure. For the sandwiches, I'm just going to make a little bit of a slaw, so I am just using some red onion and some cabbage, so I will just chop it all up, mix it together, season it, and be ready to plate it. You always want to make sure that you do rinse your cabbage before you eat it. To make my slaw, I will just use some mayo, some chipotle aioli, and just a dab of Dijon mustard. And of course, just a little bit of salt and pepper. So the fries came out after about 30 minutes. I did flip them a couple times. This is how they turned out. I do like them a little bit more soft, but you could definitely leave them in there longer if you want them crispy. So once the chicken was done, I just took it out of the crock pot and started shredding it up. So then I'm just going to start coating it with barbecue sauce, add as much as you'd like, and then I am just using a little bit more of that smoky barbecue seasoning. To make the sandwiches, I just warmed up the buns in the little mini oven that I have, and I'm just going to put a couple spoonfuls, these are not a spoon, it's a forkfuls of the chicken mixture and then some of the slaw. I'm going to add a little bit more barbecue sauce on the bun and it'll be all ready. And this is how everything looked once it was done. The next dish I'm going to be showing you is some chicken Alfredo. I added some already cooked shrimp at the end, so I won't be showing that. Oh, what the? Ah! I don't like meat. So I went ahead and trimmed the fat on the chicken, and now I'm just going to season it with some vegetable oil, some paprika, some Montreal chicken seasoning, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. So I'm just going to get that all mixed up and get my George Foreman grill ready. I did spray the top and bottom with a little bit of canola oil, and then I'm just going to grill each chicken by themselves. So once the chicken is done, I'm just going to let it rest until the pasta is ready. So now I'm going to get started with an all-white Alfredo sauce. The first step is to make a roux with equal parts butter and flour. So I'm just going to mix that all around. I will add about a tablespoon of garlic, mix that all around so it can cook together. The next step is to add your heavy cream. I definitely don't have any measurements, I do just eyeball it. You want to keep stirring until it is a smooth consistency. At this point, I do have my stove set on about 4 to 5, so it is just about medium heat. So I'm going to start adding my seasonings. I added garlic powder, onion powder, and salt to taste. Once you feel that the sauce is getting warmer, I did add some Parmesan cheese so that can melt down, which helps make the sauce thicker as well as it does cook. A tip that I have learned is to add some of the boiling pasta water. So now my sauce is at the consistency that I want it, so I will add the pasta noodles. If you want to keep the sauce looking all white, you don't want to add the chicken, the shrimp, or any pepper. So once the pasta was ready to be plated, I just went ahead and chopped up the chicken into slices, and then I will add the chicken and the shrimp on top of the pasta. This was a huge win, and it was probably my favorite Alfredo sauce that I've ever made. The next dinner I'm going to show you is some General Tso's chicken with fried rice. The key is to make the white rice ahead of time and let it dry out. So I'm going to start by sauteing the vegetables. So I just added some frozen peas and carrots, and then I'm going to add some garlic. Once the vegetables become nice and wilted down, you're going to add your eggs. I added 2 eggs. The next step is to add the white rice, so I add the rice and then I let it get fried up before I add the soy sauce. So you can add as much soy sauce as you want, and then I'm going to add some onion powder and garlic salt to taste. So I used about 1.5 chicken breasts, and I'm just going to cut them in half and cut them into bite-sized pieces. For the seasoning for the chicken, I'm going to be using soy sauce, onion powder, and garlic powder. Once that is all mixed together, I'm going to add the flour to coat it. So I had my pan of oil on about medium heat, and I'm just going to fry each chicken piece on each side and then flip them. Once the bottoms are nice golden brown, then you can flip them. And then I just put each piece of chicken on a rack to drain. Once I went ahead and washed out that same pan, I'm going to add the chicken back. I am just using some store-bought sauce. I am using the Trader Joe's General Tso chicken and the Panda Express Kung Pao chicken. So I'm just going to mix everything together and plate it, and this is how everything looked once it was done. Thank you for watching this week's What's for Dinner video. Come back next week for another one.